earlier in the season, I said Gonzaga plays like an NBA team. They're not as talented as an NBA team. That's not what I mean. I just mean when you watch Gonzaga play, it feels like you're sort of watching the Jazz, a worse version, but like they run their stuff like they're an NBA team, right? And I said Baylor is like a really, really good college team. I still stand by that, but Baylor's like a great all-time great college team is how well they're playing now. That's just the vibe I get when I watch them. I'm not saying either team's better or worse. It's just that's the vibe. Florida State, when I watched them, it finally hit me tonight. They strike me as like a team just full of grown men, and I don't mean like adults. I mean like actual like fully grown. Like they look like a TBT team. They just like beat the hell out of people, and they're talking junk at all times. And like every single one, like Scotty Barnes looks like he's 38 years old to me. Just the way he plays, and I mean that lovingly. I mean that in the way of like, you know, I remember when I was in high school, our coach had like some of his college buddies come scrimmage us, and they were all fat and washed up, and we were, you know, like in the best shape of our lives, and we're 17 and can run up and down the floor and all that kind of stuff. And these guys just punked the hell, like they were all fat and smashing beers and everything, and they killed us. And the reason they killed us is because they walked in and they're like, we're not gonna let these 17-year-olds, are you out of your mind? And they just came in and they're just like pushing us and just, you know, punking us, for lack of a better term. That's how I feel when I watch Florida State. It's like they're like the super athletic version of that. Instead of drinking beers, with the exception of Raekwon Gray, they're all just like best. Long and athletic. And then they also take that mindset of like, we are 35 years old and you guys are 15. That's like how they go into every game. And I don't care if we win or lose, we are going to kick your ass. And we'll look at the scoreboard at the end and see what happened, but we're going to kick your ass.
I feel like the only team that Virginia would be worried about in their bracket is Florida State. And I think that's, you know, a testament to Florida State and a testament to the fact that this team, you know, they have such depth across the board that you don't really know who's going to be the guy. Like, you know, they have a McDonald's All-American and MJ Walker sitting over here who could be the guy tonight. Scotty Barnes could be the guy tonight. Raekwon Gray could be the guy tonight. Bossa could be the guy tonight. Yeah. You don't know who's going to be, but you look around and you're saying, I don't really want to mess with any of them. Like how many 7-footers do they have over there? And that's been the case since Leonard Hamilton really got on this tilt since like 2010, but 2011.
There's like some about that program. Like it doesn't look like the crop of people when you watch Florida State, you're like, that is different. That is like very different than everything else in college basketball. Yeah. And it's crazy. And that's why, like, I said to you a couple years ago that it feels like Leonard Hamilton has like a different scouting service he's using. Yes. And like none of these guys are like under the radar, but it's like when Cal and Kay get their printouts of the 5 stars, Leonard Hamilton's 5 stars don't show up on that printout. And he's like, somehow like the caliber of guy he's getting is just so different. And it's not always better. I'm not saying better or worse. It's just like, when I watch these guys playing at Florida State, I can't imagine them being on any other team. Like it's like you were meant to be there, and it's beautiful. I love it. I love that. I know that 3 years from now, I'm not going to know a single player. I can't tell you who's going to be on the roster 3 years from now at Florida State, but I know exactly what their team's going to look like.
Yes. 6'9" and lanky. Yeah. It's like basically John Hammond, who was the guy who drafted Giannis Thonmaker and basically John Henson, basically any guy that had a 7-foot wingspan. It's like, that's who I want on my team. Yeah. That's Leonard Hamilton, and he's got 5 straight seasons with 20+ more wins. And there is, I don't know, there's something for me where even though I just said Virginia is the team that you would pick if you had to pick one of the top programs in the ACC, this season in particular, if I had to ride a team in March that I'm like, I don't know, I think this team could be the best of the ACC, it's Florida State. Yeah. And I could see them going to the Final Four.
They're definitely the best team. Yeah. I mean, they proved that tonight. This was the game to
and they can win in crunch time. Yeah. Like, they really can. Scotty Barnes is great in crunch time, and he's 6'8".
Well, they said it tonight. I forget what the stat was. They won, like, the last 11 overtime games they played or something like that.